Hi there, welcome to Dundee Piano. Today we're going to be looking at kind of relative keys. Okay, so when we talk about relative, I'm thinking relative major being C, the relative minor would be A minor. Okay, so if you look at what hands or what fingers I'm using to do those chords and which keys are being pressed, you can immediately see there are two notes that are in both, okay? So that's a good way of identifying which chords are related. Yeah? From the major to the minor. You may know this little chords sequence. For many songs, and it is the root or the tonic, whatever you want to call it. So that's C. It's the relative minor, which could be called 6. It's the fourth, which is a major, and the fifth, which is also a major, could be called the dominant. So let's introduce the different terms for these chords. You have tonic, relative minor or 6th, you have subdominant or 4th, dominant or 5th. So what we're going to do in this little video is look at all of these relative majors and minors in all the keys. Yeah, we'll start from C. So it's C major, A minor, F and G. If you're in doubt how to find it, the first step is 3 semitones down, yeah, and then you step 2 whole tones down, which is 4 semitones to F, and 1 full tone up. So that'll help us locate it when we change keys. So we're going to go to G next on the circle of fifths. If you want to hear about the circle of fifths, see the other video. So G. G major relative minor is E minor, 4th is C, then you have D, back to G. Now I'm going to go from D. So D major relative minor is B minor, 4th is G and 5th is A. And the 5th is actually where we're going next, A. For A major, the relative minor is F sharp minor, subdominant is D, and the dominant is E. And then from E major, what is it going to be? Can you tell? C sharp minor. A major, B major. So you may see a pattern developing here. For example, with C going to G, G also has C in its pattern. Yeah. So each key borrows a scale from each side of it in the circle of fifths, right? So if you're in G major, you're going to use C major, which is 1 behind in the circle of fifths, and also D major, which is 1 ahead in the circle of fifths. Then you have your relative minor, which is in the inner wheel of the circle of fifths, which is E minor. Yeah, so you have all these relationships between chords and scales which are all interlinked, and it does make a full circle. We'll continue from E major to B major. So you have B major, G sharp minor, E major, F sharp major. Now, so we have F sharp major. Sorry. D sharp minor, B major, C sharp major. We'll flip from sharps to flats now. D flat major, B flat minor, G flat major, and A flat major. Yeah. From A flat to major, can you see where you're going with your relative minor? It is F minor, yeah. major and E flat major. So E flat major will be next. C minor, A flat major and B flat major. And we're on to B flat major. E flat major, G minor, E flat major and F major. And then F major, D minor, B flat major and C major. And that's us back to C again. So we've went round all the relative minors, all the subdominants, all the dominants in the circle, and you come back round to where you started. So hopefully that helps you a little in finding your way. These 4 chords are useful in songwriting because you can basically put most pop songs in those 4 chords, right? Maybe with an extra couple thrown in sometimes, but if you're working between the 1st, the 4th, the 1st and the 6th, you can pick most songs and fit them into those patterns. So they're a useful bunch of chords to know. You may also like to add in the 2nd minor, yeah, the 3rd minor, but a good trick is always to remember the dominant, the 5th. Leads you back to your tonic, yeah? Okay, thanks for watching. Hopefully that's helped with some of the relative scales, keys and chords.